Notice if I curl the middle finger in like that, this bottom corner and edge contacts the base of the thumb. And that's important because you're going to clip the card between the middle finger and the base of that thumb, just like so. That way you can let go with the tip of the thumb, just like that. Let me turn the cards over so you can see. Now the fingers are still extended. However, you're going to reposition the thumb and index finger. So your thumb is going to lower down near the middle finger, and your index finger is going to come directly behind it. It's in the same spot as the thumb, but on the other side of the card. In this way, you can actually pinch the card between the thumb and index finger, just like that. Now I removed my middle finger, but you want to keep it on that corner, just like so. So from here, you lower the thumb, your index finger and thumb pinch that card, and now your middle finger is on that corner because what it's going to do is actually curl in. You'll see the two cards are actually going to spin out counterclockwise. So you're actually levering the card around just like so. Now that's really all you need. You don't need it to go far because in a minute I'm going to show you how to use inertia to whip that card around all the way to right there where you want it. All right? So you're here. You just kick it around. You're kicking the card and gravity is helping you swing that card around like so. Now the cards will come apart. That's natural. It happens to me. I don't worry about it because everything after this happens pretty fast. That was the change we'll get into in a minute. But you can see that it doesn't matter if the cards split, so don't worry about that. What you need to worry about is kicking that card around like so. So here's what that looks like from the front. As you can see, my middle finger is just going to flick that card around like so. You're letting gravity do most of the work. If you don't let gravity do anything, it's just going to do that. So hold the cards loosely. Don't worry about them splitting. Just worry about the cards rotating all the way around into this position right here. And you'll end clipping the card or pinching the card between the thumb and middle index finger like so. So once again, that's all you need. Again, don't worry about them splitting. That's not important. All right, so now let's move into the change. Okay, so we've learned everything up until this point. Now you'll notice my middle finger and other fingers are extended. I'm still clipping that double between the thumb and index finger. Now your middle finger is going to curl around the top of the card directly above the index finger, if you can see that. Now I'm going to remove my thumb in just a minute so you can see how those cards are clipped between the middle finger on top and index finger underneath. Now you're going to keep your thumb there, however, and you're just going to lift those cards up slightly by moving them with those two fingers. As you can see, that's all you're doing. It's a very small action, just like that. And you're going to place them or position them into a tenkai palm, which looks like this. That's tenkai. So your thumb is holding the cards along one of the long edges, more towards the corner, like so, and the opposite long edge is held along the palm, just like so. However, when you're in this position, keep the grip between the thumb, index finger, and middle finger, just like this. Because what you're going to do here is strip off this card. So this whole time they've been seeing the 6 of clubs. This card you're going to strip off is the Queen of Diamonds, the card you're changing the 6 into. So the 6 is going to stay in this position as your index finger and middle finger peel off that back card and extend out, like so. Now you're going to bring them back. This back of the card is going to come back on top of the thumb, and it's going to allow your thumb to push on that card, turning the card towards your spectators. So it will end perpendicular to this card in tenkai, the 6 of clubs. So from the front, this is what it looks like. You have the card, the two cards in tenkai. Your index finger and middle finger are pinching the upper edge of the cards, like so. And you're going to peel out that back card, okay? Like this. The 6 of clubs is going to stay in the Tenkai palm. So you peel out the Queen of Diamonds, like so. You're going to extend the index finger and the middle finger out, and then you're going to bring it back around so it comes above the thumb, and then you're going to just rotate it around so your spectators can see it. So the cleanup, you're just going to reverse the actions of the change. So you have this card, the Queen of Diamonds, still clipped between the middle finger and index finger, okay? You're just going to bring it back down and place it behind the card in Tenkai, okay? So you're putting it back in Tenkai. And now I would normally have the deck in my left hand, so you can just come over with your right hand, those 2 cards, and just turn them over end for end back on top of the deck, squaring everything. And that's it, you've completed the Jones change. And that's the basic technique, so I hope you were able to understand, and I hope you can learn it. Okay, so some last minute tips and subtleties just to make sure you guys perform this effectively and that it comes off as a magical occurrence and a really pretty change is just make sure you have a smooth motion. Really practice this, okay? It's real pretty. It's a nice flourish. You can do it by itself just to turn a card over on top of a deck as a double lift. So just make sure you have that down. Also make sure that you perform this at eye level. So when you're doing it to a spectator, I would suggest do it no more than for 3 people. And you should probably aim for their eyes, okay? Just make sure your index finger is level with their eyes, and make sure your fingers are closed. Don't have any windows between your fingers. So you cover that card in Tenkai, all right? And then I always do the cleanup kind of fast, okay? Because there's always a chance they might see that card when you put it back in Tenkai. So just when you are cleaning up, so the changes happen, they're impressed, they're not expecting anything else, so just quickly place those back on the deck, and you can just peel that card off. It's really not necessary to hand it out. The magic's already happened, the changes has already happened, but you can, it's on top. So that's an option. Nothing really else. If anything else comes to mind, I'm sure that will be posted on the forums. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask Dan or I, or just anyone. There's a lot of other guys that do this change. So we'll really try to answer those questions and do what we can to get you guys doing this change. All right. Thanks.